Hello. Good morning. Happy Monday. Let me find myself here while we're waiting for Ginny to finish up. How is everybody today? All right, let me find myself here. Okay. Good morning, Maria. Good morning, Brenda. So, happy Monday. We are with the Bright and Early Crafters this morning with Debbie's Bright Ideas. And you just saw Jenny with Colossal Creations. And now you're here with me. I'm just going to give the lineup while we're waiting for some people to come in. Hey, Shannon, good morning. So after me is Miss Debbie's Bright Idea, the beautiful hostess. And then after her is I'm Snow Crafty with Christine. Then Heavens to Betsy Cakery. Our Unique Touch with Miss Lauren Marie. Then we have Misty's Creations and CPC Craft, I believe, is closing us out. I don't think Dee is going to be with us today. Okay, so our theme was today, put a lid on it. So we had to do a craft. Hey, Brenda. Hey, Rose. How are you guys? Thank you for coming this morning. So we had to do a craft with a container or a jar, something that had a lid. So today we're going to make this. Well, we're going to make his girlfriend a jelly jar. And this is another fairly easy project to do. And we're going to work on that today. Let me set that. Okay, so what you're going to need is just any jar. I have this jar. I got this. Hey, Terry. Hey, Rhonda. How is everybody? Hey, Ramona. I got this actually from a friend of mine that worked from the schools. This is just like just a jalapeno jar that I cleaned out real good and saved it. But hey, Jenny Jan. But I would think if you go to Sam's Club or anywhere where you can get like the bulk kind of food, you can get this size of a jar. Also at Walmart, you can use an actual peanut butter jar. I know they have the big ones because my kids love peanut butter jelly, so I buy the big ones, and you can do use that kind of size, and it would be very similar to this. And so let me set this. But we're gonna work on his girlfriend today. And so I didn't even worry about taking this part off because it's going to be covered up. I don't have a heat gun at the moment to do this. And as you can see, I tried to rip it off and it was just not working. So, hey, Christy. Hello. Christine, hello. So we are going to go ahead and start. Like I said, this is another really easy one. Very fun, very cute. But we're going to start with our purple. Hey, Mom and Dad, how are y'all doing today? Is your basement drying up good? You guys, we got a whole bunch of rain. They live in Iowa. And their basement started flooding, but thankfully they found an emergency plumber that got it to stop. But it got up to, what'd you say, Mom and Dad? It got right up to their first stair. And thankfully the furnace, my mom said it's, when they got the new one, it got put on cinder blocks. So thankfully nothing got messed up too bad. Okay, so I don't know if I have enough. Let me get a little bit more here. Did everybody have a good weekend? We heard a lot of fireworks going off. A lot of people having fun. Hello, pretty Debbie. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. Okay. So we're just going to condition our clay a little bit. And I'm going to try a different cookie cutter from the one I used. This one here for the peanut butter boy. And I think today we're going to try to use this one. I don't know if this makes sense, but it just looks more jelly-ish to me, I guess. So we're going to try that and see how it works today. So we're just going to roll our clay out and make sure when you're rolling it out that it's wide enough, because we want to cover the base as well. So you want to make sure you got enough of a lip to do that. And just roll it and flip it. Roll it and flip it. Okay, so I think what we're going to do, since this side's a little more straight, you can trim this side to make it more straight if you want to. It's really not a big deal, but it's up to you if you want to. So we're just going to get our tacky glue, and we are just going to put it all over our jar. Now, when you're doing this, just make sure to not, we're just going right up to where it curves here, because we want to make sure that our jar is still functional. I'll show you here in a minute, but this peanut butter jar, you can use it. I'm going to have these in my Etsy shop as candy jars that you can just put little wrapped candies in or whatever, because it is food grade since it had jalapenos in it at one time. But we want to make sure that we can still open and close it. Okay, so we got that. So then what we're going to do is go right up to about our lip there. And bring it up and around and kind of tuck it in a little bit. Gently press on the side here. And if you get something like that, that's okay. I'll show you how to fix that. It's no big deal. And then we're going to trim our excess here. And then just smooth this line that we got. Hey, Joanne, good morning, my friend. You guys, that blackberry jam came out phenomenal. That was actually the first time I ever made a jam, and man, it came out so good. I was worried it was going to be like a little bit, you know how blackberries are kind of have that, like that bitterness to them, but nope. It could be because those were the tame blackberries I was telling you about that we got. Hey, Ginger! Thanks for coming, my friend. So we're just going to get this nice and sealed up on the bottom. It don't have to look pretty. A lot of that'll work itself out. So then we're just going to go around and we're going to go right up to this part right here on your jar, okay? And that's where you want to stop. And on any jar, you should have this kind of, you know, we all know just where it starts to have those little lines on it. Okay, so we're just, this don't have to be perfect either. Okay, and then we're just gonna do this little number here to smooth out whatever we can. And like I said, don't worry too much about any little small divots, because 9 times out of 10, I got a bubble there, those will work themselves out as it dries. Okay, so let me find my front here. I think I'm gonna make this my front. Okay, so now the next thing that we're going to do is see, we want to make sure that it opens and closes with no problem, but we want it to still look like a flush one piece. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is her eyes, and I'm going to do a little bit different eyes. I have this cookie cutter here. I'm not really sure. It's like a leaf teardrop kind of shape. I got a set of these. I want to say I got these at Walmart, but I guarantee you can find these on Amazon. I've had these forever, but they come in all kinds of different sizes. And so we're going to use this because it made me think kind of like there's already a built-in eyelash there. And we want her eyes to be kind of big like his are. So we're going to get some of our black. Did you guys light off any fireworks? I'm kind of scared of fireworks, to be honest. About all I can handle is like those fountains. I've seen too many videos of them shooting off and then starting a fire. But okay, so we want this a little thick. Okay, see how thick I got that? Because we want it to match how thick his eyes are. Okay, you can use resin eyes if you want to. This is just the style I chose to go with today, but resin eyes would be just as cute on these. So I'm going to cut it this side, and then we're going to cut another one out when we flip it. Okay, let me show you. Then I'm going to flip it. Okay, so now we have the pretty side. Oh, I did that wrong. But see that? So that gave us two, but we have two pretty sides now. So then, let me set that off to the side for now. So then the next thing we're going to do is, I think what I want to do for her is I'm going to clip that. So it looks like she has two little eyelashes. Do you see that? Let's go ahead and do that to the other one. I'm just snipping at a little bit of an angle and just kind of separating it just a little bit. And since your clay is still wet, it should go right on. Okay, yeah, that's my front. So now we are just gonna find about where we want to put them. I'm gonna try to make it even with his face. And then just gently press because we don't want to mess our shapes up. Oh yeah, yeah. My dogs, oh man, they scatter as soon as they hear anything like that. They're gone. Okay, so that's what we got. Okay, cutie cutie. So now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to get a little bit of our white. Not much at all. Okay, I got me just a little tiny ball here. We're going to do our little trick here. Cut it in half. So you got two even pieces, and then roll those into little balls. And then we are going to, I think I'm going to make it to where, see how he's looking this way? I'm going to make it where she's, so when you set them the right way, they're going to be looking at each other. So I'm going to put one eye right here. Put the other one right And then just gently. Okay, so see how it looks like they're going to be looking at each other. Where do you get the clay? The clay that I'm using at the moment, I get on Amazon. It's called Boss Clay. But Debbie, she's on here if you want to message her. She also sells clay. And I actually just got a message for, I'll be having clay as well. That I got a message just today that it should be arriving to port today. So I'll be carrying that, but I won't have mine for probably like, I would say another week or so, at least a few days. But you can definitely go to Debbie has all kinds of colors in her. She has very nice, smooth, buttery type clay, and also, like I said, I like to use Boss Clay a lot, just because it gets here fast, really, and it is easy to work with. But either one of those I would recommend are really good. So now we're gonna get our paint pen, and we want the thick end, okay? Yay! I know, Christy, I'm so excited. I got it last night, and I was like, yay! It's happening! And so then we're gonna go in and just put our little dots. Okay, and then that's what you should have, okay? So now the next thing is we're going to take a little bit more of our black. And we're going to do her. Yes, Debbie's Bright Ideas. There she is. She's actually coming on right after me, Sharon. So if you want to ask her when she gets on, she has an Etsy shop is where I got a bag of her clay from. And I'm sure she would be more than happy to help you out. She's got really, really pretty rhinestones too. She gave me them when I did order my clay. She put that as like a little gift in there, and they're absolutely beautiful. I've been putting them on my tumblers as like little accents, and they're just so pretty. You get so many different colors. And I believe she has glitter and stuff on there too. Okay, so for the eyebrows, if you remember, I just rolled like a little snake, and then you taper it on the sides, okay? Good morning, Rhonda. You are so welcome, Sharon. No problem. Okay, and we're just gonna find, let's see, how do we want her eyebrows? And then just very gently press these on. I kind of curve it before I put it on. It helps me. Okay, so there's her eyebrows. Yeah, Sharon, she just put her Etsy link there, so you are more than welcome to jump on there, and it should take you right to her Etsy shop page. Okay, so we're going to get a little bit more of our black, and I'm going to make her features just a little bit smaller than his, just to make it look, I don't like a little more feminine, I guess. Hey, Eden. Good morning, my friend. I'm glad you came. And I think I'm going to taper her smile just a little bit. And this is probably about 1.5 inches. Okay, and I just tapered it like the eyebrows. We're going to make our little U shape. Okay. And just tack that on. Gently press down. Ooh, I can't wait to see pictures of that, Jenny. Okay, there's our pretty little jelly lady. Okay, so now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to cover the lid. Okay, so I think I'm done. Yeah, we're done with the black. I can't wait to see that. That little piggy was so cute. I can't wait to see what your little bacon handle looks like. Hi, Eilina. How are you? Okay, so I got just some gray. Yes. Yes, Christy. Hey, Maria. What's up, girlfriend? That's okay. I just appreciate. Hey, Debbie. Me too. It's making me want to go in there and get a piece of. We gotta, you guys, we have like nothing left. I think there's maybe 2 biscuits left, and then there's a couple pieces of sausage links, and I love sausage links. Our Piggly Wiggly here in town, they make the best homemade sausage links that you can buy in the packs, and they also make the homemade biscuits, but they're frozen, but they're homemade, if that makes sense. And you guys, I don't know if you could see in the picture, but the biscuits were like no joke. They were like this big, each one of them. Oh, they were so good. And nice and soft and fluffy. They weren't hard. It was so good. Okay. So we're just going to roll our clay out big enough to fit your lid. And we're going to get our tacky glue. Oh, sorry. Let me turn that around for you guys. And just put a little thin strip on the edge here. Okay, and then you're just going to take that and we're going to cover it. Make sure you press out the top real good so you don't get any accidental bubbles and caught in there. And then we're just going to form it around our piece. Oh my gosh, I do a white peanut butter Jenkins. Oh yes, this would make Eden said yes, this would make a great Valentine's for, boyfriend girlfriend thing. And I love this kind of stuff. Like I'm planning on them giant Pop-Tart design that I just started selling. I actually like the first ones that I'm making. They keep going in my kitchen. I'm gonna be probably end up decorating my whole house with this kind of stuff. It just makes me so happy when you walk past to see the cute little faces and the smiles everywhere. It's like, how can you not have a bad day when you're looking at that all the time? Hello, Cricket! Any jars needed specifically for this? No, ma'am. You can use any jar. Like I have, I don't know if the cappuccino jars, we drink that sometimes, and I have like a bazillion of those. You could use that has even the plastic lid. You just have to be a little more careful with something like that because it's not as durable. I would recommend something that has like a hard plastic lid like this, or even, like an actual jelly jar that has, glass and the metal lid. Anything would work as long as it's firm enough. But yeah, you could put this on any kind of jar. Let me trim this. But I'm just going right up to the edge. You want to leave that open, see? Okay? We don't want to curl it over. Because we want to, like I said, we want to be able to make sure our jar is functional. Okay, so we got that. So now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go in with our one of our favorite tools, or a butter knife would be very similar to this. Hey, sweet Amy girl. Thank you for coming. I'm glad you caught me. So we got this. This is what we're making today, Amy. We're making a jelly girlfriend for our peanut butter dude. And, okay, so we got this. What you're going to do is kind of like how we did the ketchup and mustard. We're just going to go. Yes, Christine said protein powder containers. Those would be excellent because they're really big size and they have that hard lid. That's a great idea. Yeah, those would be good. Hey, Peggy. But we're just going to do like what we did with our ketchup and mustard, and we're just going to go in with our lines, okay? Just try to keep them fairly even. They don't have to be perfect, just as even as you can in between. And we're just going to go all the way around our girl. And I will be clear coating these. I would recommend that. They don't have to be, of course, waterproof. Like, you could epoxy them if you want them to be super durable like that. But I'm just going to clear coat mine. So it will have a protective sealant on it, but it's still like, just a damp washcloth, wipe it down kind of thing for mine. Okay, so that's what we got, okay? So then the next thing we're going to do, this came as a set with that one I just used. Thank you, Ginger. Thank you, Mom and Dad. This tool came with it. I don't even really know. I would say like a fork. Again, if you don't have these tools, the fork would probably work just the same. But we're going to go in, and where it angles up like this, that's how you want your angle to be going towards your center, okay? I use I don't have it in here. I use Rust-Oleum, and it's a satin 2x clear coat. I'll have to post a picture, and I got it right in there. Or maybe I'll just go grab it real quick after I do this and show you guys if you want to make this. And I'm just going right at where my lines that I made, and we're just going around. And you don't have to do this part. It just adds, in my opinion, like just that extra little bit of jar look. Okay, that's what you should have. So that's pretty much it for our lid for now. So now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to make, hey, Misty. Let me grab that real quick, Maria, and I will show you the clear coat that I use. This is what I use. You can get this anywhere. But it's the Rust-Oleum Satin Clear. It seals, protects, and revitalizes. It dries really fast. It has good wear and tear over time. Like if you have something white that you did, it won't yellow your piece. I learned that from trial and error. Like other ones, it just, oh my gosh, I didn't even know that was a thing. But this works really, really good. And just do a couple coats of that. And like I said, it's more of still a spot clean thing, but it's to me it works just fine. So we're going to take more of our purple, and we're going to start on our drippies. I might need a little more purple. Yay! Yes, Eden, I'm excited too. You're so welcome, Maria. My pleasure, my friend. Let me close this one up. Hey, Teresa. Thanks for coming. How are you today? Okay, I just want to make sure I had enough here. Okay, so we're going to roll our clay out. like a little strip so we can cut our drip out. Okay, so now remember, this is a, I got this off Etsy. If anybody's looking, just look up like drip cookie cutter, and that really should just bring you right to it. But I highly recommend that you oil. Yes, it takes an extra minute, but I promise you, you will be so glad that you did it. Especially with these, because they're really great cookie cutters and you can get so many unique things. But I think because of the way that the filament builds the cutter for the 3D, like you have little bits, like little rivets. Can you see that? And your clay can catch on it sometimes. And sometimes I don't have a problem at all, and they just, but this will take care of, and you will never have a problem. And there's a lot of different drips on there that you can get. Not any one seller, I would say, is like there's a whole bunch of good sellers. Like I got these ones. That was a different seller. This was a different seller, and they're all great. They're just, you know, different drips. This one I haven't used this one yet, so we'll see how it works. It's got these little drips in here. I'm a little hoping that this comes out good. Get it good and oiled up here. But you can use, like I said before, you can use baby oil. I seen, what's her name? The Quiet Corner with Juliana. She uses soapy water, and that works really good for her. I haven't tried that, but okay, so let's see how this mold works, or this cutter works. Just wiggle it around gently. Let's see what we get here. Nice. Okay. And we got one little piece I got cut off there. I'm just going to go ahead and snip that off. And then this is what that drip will give you. Okay. So now we're going to go in. And since our glue, or our clay, I mean, is still tacky, shouldn't have an issue putting it on. And we're just going to go right up to that lip again, and then gently I would say, if you get this mold though, with my first time using that, yeah, definitely oil it up really good, because there's such small, delicate design of drip on there. It looks absolutely so cute, but just, yeah, just make sure you oil it up really good for these kind. And you shouldn't have an issue. That came out pretty easy for me. Yes, isn't that cool? I love that drip. Okay, so now, see, I got one little piece got stuck in there, but that's okay. All right, let's see if we can do this again. Thank you, Terry. Soapy water. Yeah, Christine said the soapy water works good for her too. So yeah, just anything that'll get your clay just a little bit, or I mean your cutter, like a little bit slick, I guess. I'm just going to do this again on these little areas. This is a super cute cutter though, you guys. Like I said, most of my stuff, like these little special things like this, are on Etsy, and a lot of them are very reasonably priced. Like this one came with a set of two. I'll show you the other one because we're actually fixing to use that next. This came with it, and I thought that was really cute too. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's just try to wiggle it around, loosen it up in there. Hopefully it'll come out nice again. Hiya! Oh yeah, that was a good one. No. Okay. That happens. You can just lightly. Okay, that part I'm going to have to cut off, but that's okay. You can just lightly tap it, and a lot of times, that way you can get it to come right on out. And then we're going to grab our drip. Put that on the back. And do the same thing, just kind of blend it down, gently press. And see how I have like a little crease right there? That's okay, because for this particular little girl, we're going to put a different kind of drip than what we did with the boy to give her like her own, her own little flair, I guess. So they don't look exactly the same. But just blend it as best you can. Gently press these in. If you do get this mold, just also be careful when you're pressing in, because they are delicate and kind of twist easy. Okay, so that's what we got. Cutie cutie. Yes, Christy. Oh, that's so funny. Not me. I'm like, okay, well, let me put a little of both of you on here then, so I don't feel bad. Oh my goodness, it's funny. Okay, oops, we weren't done with that yet. I'm sorry. Christine got me laughing. Hey, that's okay. Hey, Terry. I am using, they're actually jalapeno jars that a friend of mine that worked at the schools, it's just like the big thing of jalapenos, but you can get literally any jar. I said earlier, like Costco, or Sam's Club or something, where you can get the bulk big jars. And Christy actually said that a great idea would be like a protein jug if you're wanting something big like this. But you could also use like an actual peanut butter and jelly jar, and then just cover them. Anything that has a hard plastic lid, or or even a metal or top, like even a mason jar, you could do this too. So we're going to go in again. Sorry, this is a little bit boring, I know. I just want to make sure this comes out for you guys so you can see. But yeah, the possibilities are endless. You could cover literally anything. I'm sure it would look really, really cute. Okay, let me just get the insides here really quick. And I use cooking spray, so I just spray it in like a little cheapy plastic dish I got, and just paint it on with a paintbrush. Okay, let's wiggle it around. Try to help it loosen up. Okay, let's see, did I put two? Okay, just one. So, let's see if I can get this baby up here without. There's one thing I will say, this is a very delicate design, but it is really, really cute. Yes, Terry, yes. Those cheese puff. Yes, Maria said the cheese puff jars. Perfect. That is a great idea. Those would be, yes, or the pretzel jars. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so I'm gonna do her splat on this side, I think. And we're just gonna tack it on, and you shouldn't need tacky glue or anything because this is all still wet. Yeah, actually, my daughter, she loves my son and my daughter both love the cheese balls. I wish I would have saved them jars now. That's a great idea, Maria. Ramona. So that's what the splat will give you, okay? And I put it on the opposite side because I don't know if you can see he's got a little toasty. So I'm going to make her a little toasty to go with it. Okay, so we got that. Since I got this out, I'm going to go ahead. We're going to put a big splat on her lid as well. And then I think we'll be done with this. Let me just give it a quick. Let's see if we can get another one out here. Crap. Thank you, Misty. Thank you so much, girlfriend. I'm glad you guys are liking this stuff. Oh, that would be cute. Terry said she made a coin jar from a cheese puff container. That's absolutely cute too. And you know what? You probably could turn these into coin jars too. Just cut it in the slit and then just make the opening big enough and push the clay up like we did with the lid. And that's a great idea, Terry. You guys got such wonderful ideas. I love it how we all inspire each other. Yes. Okay, wacha. We got another one. I just love this community so much. I'm so glad I met all of you. Okay, let's see if I can get this up without ruining it. Okay, we got our other big splat here. And I am going to put it right in this side because I want my drip to look like it's coming over just a little bit. Okay, there's our splat on our, let me get this up here. And I think I'm going to go in with, I have this small cookie cutter here. And then I have this teeny tiny one. This all came as a set from another Etsy person. And we're going to go ahead and do these since we got the purple out. And then we can just put that up. Oh, that's so sweet, Mom and Dad. Thank you. And yes, they're right. You guys are, I've had this dream for a long time, and it's because of you guys that it's starting to form as a reality. And I just really appreciate it. And it really means a lot that you guys enjoy what I make. Because all of us being crafters, you know, it's like kind of putting your heart out there, showing people your work, and feels a little bit vulnerable, you know, if that makes sense. So when people enjoy it and tell you that looks great, or I want to try that, or you see something that was made that you inspired them, it's like the coolest feeling in the entire world. And not to mention, it's like the greatest people are the ones behind you. It's just fabulous. You guys are fabulous, I say. Okay, so let's put this on. Aw, thank you. So I got my second biggest flat, okay, and I'm just going to put this, probably kind of opposite like that. Now, I do have this little one here, and I hope it doesn't give me a tough time while I'm on here with you guys. It is a little tough to get out just because it's so small, but hopefully I can show you, because these came out pretty easy for me yesterday, so I'm hoping that that happens again. Okay, we're done with those. So I'm going to keep this out, and then we're going to oil this one real good. Oh, Debbie, I absolutely adore you. I love you, girlfriend, and I don't use that word lightly. I truly just, your spirit encourages me, and you will always have such a special place with me, that's for sure. Thank you, Christy. I cannot wait to see you making some stuff, my friend. Okay, so we're going to try to just, and I did this before, it worked. Oh, yes, it worked. So, this is just to skewer the flat part, okay? And see how it did not damage it. If you grease it up good enough, you should get this result. I cannot guarantee it because I have messed up a few, like I just did that earlier. But it does work pretty good for the most part. And I'm just going to put a couple little ones, just to kind of fill it up and make it, add it a little more. We're going to put one more on that other side there. And hopefully this one will come out just as easily. Wiggle it around. That helps it too. Look at that. Yes. Yay, we're on a roll, you guys. Okay. Oh, shoot. I lied, y'all. We need one more. Sorry, we need one more. I use cooking spray, Christine. I just, I have this, and I just go in the container, and I have a paintbrush that I use specifically for just this kind of stuff, and it works really, really good. As you can see, like it just, like this one, I feel like I might be able to pop right out too. Okay, so I'm going to set this off to the side and then get this one. And voila, you guys, our jar is done. So I'm going to keep these here. Now we can put our purple up. Orchid Lime Design. Hi, Terry. Yay, I'm so glad you caught me live. I'm glad that you decided to come in and join everybody. You're in a wonderful crowd. Welcome. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do for this, we got our two off to the side. We're going to make our little toasty. And I use that color that I told y'all. You want to have a lot of white, a little bit of brown, and a little bit of yellow to get this color here. And you can also just use like you want a lot more white than brown. And if you don't have any yellow, or and that can give you like a nice toast color too. So we're just going to roll a little bit of this out. And then I have this. Okay, it's just a bread-shaped cookie cutter. The one that I have came in a set of like a whole bunch. You get like 4 or 5 different sizes. And this is, I think, the second to smallest one. So they get pretty big. I need to make that a little thicker. Do you have to make that sound as well? Yes, you know how it is, girl. Sometimes you do got to make the sounds. Okay, so now that's what that'll give you. Okay, super cute. And this is about how thick that you want it. We don't want no thin toasties around here. So let me put this back because I think that's all we need for that color. So now to get the little bit of the more bready look, we're going to get our little girl tool, or you can get those black bristle brushes. Remember I told you from the Dollar Tree. Will work just great too. And we're just going to tap around. You don't want to be like too hard with it, but a little bit firm to make sure like you get that nice design in there, because when your piece dries, you'll lose a little bit of that detail. So this will help make sure that your detail stays on there. Yes. So can you see that? That's what I'll make it look like. So now, turn this around for a second. Okay. So I'm going to put my little toast kind of at an angle. And since it's still wet, like I said, it should just go right on there without a problem. And we're going to gently press. Okay, and that's what you should have. So now let me tell you real quick before we run out of time how you get this darker part. I waited till it was dry, and then I used this color of my shuttle art markers, and I used the brush tip that'll help you get like a nice clean line, so you don't, like bleed over or whatever when you're, it just makes a nice clean line for you. So now we're gonna, these extra two that we cut out, is we save these to put on our little piece of bread here. Ramona. Yes, you guys, I'm like kind of a hoarder. Like you guys know how it is with craft supplies. And we are some coffee drinkers, so I have like gazillions of coffee jars that I'm like, no, I can do something with that. And they're just sitting here. But so that's what we got. And we're going to put a little face on here. All it is those two black beads that I showed you before. Or you can use puffy paint, or you can use the back of a marker, and just however you want to draw the face, draw a little smile on, however you want to do it. But I want to show you this part here before we run out of time. So now with this one, see how we got the little peanut details? I'm going to show you this real quick. We did need more purple. Sorry. I want to make like a little grape cluster to go on top. And I'm going to show you how easy this is. I'm going to clean this up real quick. Sorry. Just a sec, guys. Thank you, Terry. I'm so glad you guys are liking it. So if you want to do like a little grape cluster and you don't have a mold or anything, not a problem. So what we're going to do is we're just going to, thank you guys. We're just going to make some little balls. And I want mine in the center, but you can put it wherever you want. And you can do these as big or as small as you want to. Very versatile. And I think I'm going to put 4 in a line. See that? And then we're going to go in between. I'll show you what I mean here. With 3, and we're just going to taper it down. Okay, guys, bye, Mom and Dad. See? And we're just going to taper it down. Thank you, Heidi. I'm so glad. And we're going to do 2. Oops, that's a little too big. Okay. And then put one more at the bottom. But we are not done yet. Hello, my Timmy girl. How are you? Okay, so that's what you should have. But we are not done yet. So now what you want to do is you want to take peanut butter jelly time. Yes, ma'am. Okay, so can you see where the 3 points meet? Let me see if I can. You see where I put that? That's where you want to put them. Where you have 3 points connecting and meeting. Yay! That we're going to do that because we want to build it up and give it, some nice dimension. See how it's kind of building it up to make it look like more like grapes? We are making a jelly girlfriend to go with our peanut butter dude. Today, Debbie gave us, our thing was put a lid on it. So we all got to do something with like a jar or container type project. Thank you, Ramona. Thank you, Tammy. You guys. You guys make my heart happy. Okay, and then I'm just going to put one more on the top to finish it off. And voila, we have us a little grapey cluster. Very last thing. We got a few minutes. I think I can show you. In the last live that I did on Saturday, you are welcome to revisit that if I run out of time, because Miss Debbie will be on in just a couple minutes. Thank you, Tammy. But I am going to get some green. Let me see if I can crank these out real quick for you. And I just want to put like one little leaf on. So I have my small little teardrop. And we're going to do a little line. Okay. And then we're just going to put it just like that. Okay, I think one leaf is probably good. Because now we're going to put another little vine on. And this, you want to taper like we did with the eyebrows. Okay. And then I go in right where the leaf is. And then we're just going to curl it around. And that's how you do a vine. I probably might put, let's see, we still got 2 minutes here. I feel like this needs one more leaf too. But I think what I'm going to do is cut this leaf in half. I just cut it down so it's a little bit smaller, kind of reshape it a little bit. And now we have a smaller leaf. I think it needs one more. Right there. And then we're going to put, oops, sorry, I had my circle. Okay, so after me is the beautiful Debbie with Debbie's Bright Idea. She's the host of this group every week. And I will see you guys Wednesday at 8 a.m. I'll be live again, and so will Miss Debbie. There's actually quite a few of us that are there on that day as well. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and let's get on over and get ourselves ready to go watch Miss Debbie. And we got a fun-filled day of all these kind of crafts, so I hope you're able to stay with us if you can. And I will share pictures of what she looks like once we get her all finished up. Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, a wonderful week. I'll see you hopefully on Monday at 8 a.m. And it says slow connection again. And don't ever forget how much Jesus loves you, okay, you guys? Bye, y'all.